Luckily this junkyard had a escalade, so I'll be taking these probably and the outside chrome ones.
Tripping on bake for the legs, say something. Never tell a pack that I never stay running. Sipping on facts, damn, know I got stacks in the lab.
Okay, so how you guys saw earlier, I was at the junkyard, so there was an escalade there, so I decided to take off the outside door handles and the inside chrome ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the chrome inner ones just because it might just stand out way too much. You know, you just see all brown and black interior, and then a chrome handle might just throw it off. So I'm not sure on these, but I'm for sure using these ones. So there's going to be a super easy basic tutorial that probably everyone already knows how to do, but I don't really have anything else to do to the truck at the moment, so this is what I want to be doing. And I've wanted these for a while just because of the OEM chrome handle. And these also come texture free, unlike the stock black ones, so that's a plus when you're color matching these. I've seen people grab, actually my truck when I bought it, it came with the chrome sticker ones, the one you just tape on. Those are 16 bucks for a pair, I guess. And people also buy just aftermarket door handles off an Escalade. Those are $25 a pair, I guess. Yeah, too. So you can also go that route, or you can go to a junkyard and get OEM, which I prefer. That way they don't break as easily, the chrome doesn't peel. It's just way better. So I'm gonna take it apart, so you guys can watch me do that, and I'll explain some shit on the way there. And tomorrow, once they dry, we'll put them on the truck. Alright, so this is driver's side handle now. This is where I'm going to show you guys how to do it, how I took it apart. Then you can follow along or just do it however you want. But yeah, so the first thing I did was I took off this pin right here. Obviously you squeeze these little tabs with some needle nose pliers like these, Harbor Freight Special. Squeeze them in like that, and then you push it in a little bit at a time like that. And then when it's sticking out on this side, you just kind of pull it out. Careful with it, don't fucking break it, because that won't be good. So that's that. Put that aside, and then this hinge will come out along with this spring. And notice how the hinge sits. Let me fucking get a screwdriver. How one side sits in here in front of this part, another part sits up here when you're going back together. So once that's apart, then you can just take it out. Here's that. Put it off to the side, and then the handle will almost come out. At this point, you want to come over to this side. This is the part where you can either do it this way or get creative or whatever. This pin is beveled. It has like a little mushroom head on it, kind of like a flare. So you might be able to drill it with a drill, but I don't want to risk cracking the handle, so I'm gonna do it the same way I did it the other way on the other handle. So you can probably also cut it, but then you also risk fucking up the plastic. So I just grabbed a pair of dikes, some big ass dikes, and just kind of smushed it. To the point where it almost got roundish, and then I used the needle nose to kind of spin it and give me a different angle to smush it. See how it's getting almost rounded, or it's rounder. And then once you think it's round enough, you're gonna grab some little tiny ass hammer, another Harbor Freight Special right here. Grab a pin, put a rag down if you don't want to fuck it up, and just start tapping away. Let me see if I can get it so I can show you guys like this.
Yeah, dreams to the play, no fake. Hands to the way, niggas know I ain't play. Fans to the break when I switch all day. Stance when I press to the damn arcade.
Alright, so yeah, it took a bit, but here's a pin out now. Like I said, you can do it however you guys want, but this is how I did it. I would maybe file this bevel so it's not as, so it's rounder. That way it's easier to push out. Or you can just cut it off. Then it might just slide out. You can also probably try drilling it out with a drill. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of ways to do this, but if you do it this way, just make sure you hit it hard, and then once it's out a little bit, pull it with some pliers. And I saw that it helped if you go up and down like this, or if you spin it as you're pulling, and then go back to pounding it a little bit more, and then keep doing that back and forth until it comes all the way out. And then yeah, I'm not gonna reuse this. I'm gonna get a bolt and 2 nuts on the other side so it locks it in place. I'll show you guys later. I'm gonna go to the hardware store and get that set bolt, nut, and that way it'll also be easier to take apart next time. But yeah, now that the pin is out, that's pretty much, this is the hardest part of it all. So now the handle will just come out. Come out like that. There's the door handle. Set that off to the side. Now a couple other things you want to take out right now are this little plastic part. Just take it out. You're already here anyway, so this is pretty easy. Just a couple tabs. Just be careful with it, because I'm sure it's, never mind, and just pop the fuck out. There's that just comes out. And then last thing you gotta take off is the key, which if you have your own key, you're gonna want to replace anyway. So off your other door handles, your original ones. So this one is, where was it? Yeah, so it's a hook. Let me show you guys. This is off the passenger side, the other side door handle. So it's just like this. So these 2 tabs. So it's sitting like this right now. No, it's sitting like this and there. So you kind of have to pry up on one side. I got up on, you get up on one side, pull it out. See how I'm pulling it out? And then just kind of just swing it around. Keep swinging it to get to like right here. Leave that thing in there. And you grab another one, another flathead, and go to the other side, and you see it ends up being somewhere over here. And you do the same thing, kind of get underneath it and then walk it out. And then see how it's almost like, see how it's almost out this. There you go. So it helps if you push it up towards this thing. Anyways, that's out of the way now. There's that off to the side, and then this keyhole just pops out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these home, sand them, paint them, I'm not gonna show you guys that part. Maybe a time lapse of it.
Sticking up signs, read, never mind me. Point to the ground, stick down to the feet. Stay, please stay, bitch, you got no key. Never take a seat, bitch, you never gonna see.
Alright, so this is the bolt setup I'm going with. We got a Phillips long ass bolt. And then we got one nut, one regular nut, and then one locking nut, the one with the little white Teflon thingy in it. So this is what it's gonna look like on the handle. This is just so the handle doesn't pop out. And we're gonna be replacing the pin we hammered out earlier. This will make it a lot easier. Next time my truck gets painted at one point, I just have to unbolt it and then we just pop out. And then we can repaint it the proper way. So we got the rod, the nut, the bolt, and we got the nut, and then we got a locking nut. And then I'm gonna tying this locking nut down as far as I can. And then I'm gonna tying this bottom nut up against the top one. And I think that'll be more than enough. I doubt it'll come out. I think the length is good enough, so I don't have to cut it. If I do have to cut it, I'll mention it at the end of the video. But I mean, they're painted. Not the best paint job. This is rattle can, but I'll show you under some lighting. So this was just me sanding it down, and then the paint, rattle can, and then clear coat. This is the driver's side now. So black piece goes in right there. Snapped in place, there we go. Door handle. If you took this off, you don't need to take this off, but don't forget this part. It goes in from the top, so yeah. There we go, just like that. On this side, you might have to push it in a little bit more just because of the paint. Then we're gonna grab the bolt we grabbed from Ace, or you might have some laying around, whatever. So I go in, there's this little top nut. There'll be a nut that goes into here. So I'm going in from this side. That way, if there is any clearance issue, I doubt will get in the way this way. And then I'm gonna put the nut in from the bottom, the regular nut first. And then we're going to put the locking nut in. And then I'm going to grab a screwdriver, and I don't know what size that is, but we'll figure it out. So this is I'll do it for that top part, and then for the bottom, that's gotta be bigger. It is not an 8. It's a 9 probably. It's probably a standard size. $11.30. There you go. So now I am going to get this little bottom nut up a little closer, and then just tying this thing up. There we go, that's in now. And like I said, it's just for it to pivot and not to come out. It's not gonna, it doesn't have to be super tight or anything. Just so it pivots. Now we're gonna put the rest of this shit in. Alright, so the door panel's off. They didn't want to unplug the switches on the window buttons, so I have it hanging from a bungee cord. It'll be fine. Nothing's gonna break. So now we're gonna take the door handle off. So like I said, window's gonna have to go be up. This little cap is here. This is there. Take it off. There's a 10 that goes in through here. There's gonna be a 10 through this hole. I don't know if you guys can see it. Where the fuck is it? That was the one by that rod. I can't point at it because I'm using two hands right now. But you see it's the one from that, where that red rod is, right to the right of it. There's one right there. And there's gonna be one that goes, is like somewhere, so the glass is right here. So it's gonna be like behind the glass if you're looking at it this way. That's why you need a wrench on that one. But they're easy to get to.
Eyes on me, bitch, can't you see? Tell him that light still lasts if you need. Stack up next to the...
Alright, so the bolts are out. Like I said, that last one, this one's easy to get to, that one's easy to get to. That last one, it helps if you go in on this side of the, on this thing, slide up with your wrench, feel for the nut, and just break it loose and then just take it off by hand. Shouldn't take you that long. So now you go on this side, slowly take it off, because there's still going to be rods attached to it. So now it's out like this. Don't yank on it because there's still rods, like I said. So you see these tabs. Let me get the flashlight. So this is just like any other tab on every other car. So I want to show you that on this black one because it's really up close. So see how it just hooks over it. So you're going to pry that little black part up. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. This part. Let me go get a screwdriver. Well, I'm gonna put the camera down and just do it. Alright, there you go, the rod is off now. Let me get some light properly in here. So see how we just kind of just, you just gotta use a screwdriver, a flathead or something. Now it tilts up like this. Now this rod will just come out this way. Now the rod is out. Now this applies to that red one too. And basically every other lock that I've taken apart, even on cars, they're all similar. But yeah, just quickly how to do that. Be careful because you don't want to break that neither. So I got the handle in. We're about to see how bad my color match is right now. So I'm gonna put the rods in first. Just reverse order of what I did, and then we'll put it together and we'll go from there. Alright, so the door handle's on. I mean, just the rods are on and it's placed in here. It's still loose, but yeah, the color's a little off. The handles are a lot more gold, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna finish putting it together, and then I am debating. I'm still debating about these chrome ones, the chrome handles I got off the other truck. But yeah, I'm gonna put it together and then we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, so we got the chrome handles back in, the door handles, both sides. From far away you can't really tell that it did a shitty job color matching them, but up close is where you can tell. Like from right here, you can already tell it's not color matched. But yeah, I like the chrome. It goes with the bumper and the front grille and the rear bumper. Gives it a little bit of contrast. I know you guys, some truck guys color match all that stuff. I don't really know why this truck came with it all color matched. I didn't like it. It's just a personal preference, I guess. This was all color matched. That and the bottom piece were all the goldish color. So was the grill, so was the rear bumper. So I actually went and bought all the stock stuff and went back to the chrome. I just like the contrast, I guess. But yeah, still debating if I want to make an SS clone out of this thing. I know they're played out, but they're super, I think they look super aggressive with the front bumper and the cladding. So that's still something I'm thinking about. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll do some other shit to it whenever I think of something.